You're all very welcome along here now to IT Sligo here today for round 2 of the Lidl Ladies Division 3A between Sligo and Down. I'm Oisin McGovern, and joining me on co-commentary today is Claire Owens, captain of the Leitrim Ladies. You're very welcome along, Claire.
Thank you very much, Oisin. Good to be here.
So, firstly, we'll just bring into the Sligo teams very quickly. In goal, we have Leona Gahan. The full back line, we have Aoife Morris-Rowe, Michelle McNamara and Ellie McDermott. Half back line, vice captain Claire Dunn. Half back is Aisling Egan, and number 7 is Jade Lyons. Number 8 from the Giva Club is captain Sarah Reynolds, and she'll be partnered once again by Roisin Malloy at number 9. In the half forward line, Megan McCormack is a late change there. She comes in place of Ciara Gorman. Then we have number 11 Rachel O'Brien and number 12 Lisa Casey. The full forward line is made up of Leah Duffy, Katie Walsh and Sarah Cunny. So, just moving on to the Down team here now, and in goal we have Caroline Kennedy, who made her debut recently against Roscommon. Full back line we have Orna Kelly, Ciara Byrne and Alice McLean. The half back line we have Orla Duffy, Karen McCardle and Natalie McKibben. At midfield we have Megan Doherty, who's the captain of the team from the Carry Duff Club, and in place of Una Lavery we have late change here. Adair Mooney comes in instead of her. The half forward line we have Aisling Cull, Sarah Doherty and Niamh Scullin. Notable absentee there is Jess Foy. She scored 2-4 there the last day and she won't be taking any part today. Full forward line we have Orla Swell, Viv McCormack, and lastly we have Sarah Doherty. So we're just about 5 minutes away here from throw-in here in Sligo IT. I have to say it's a lot nicer day than it was here this time last week when there was cats and dogs and hail and basically everything falling. But it's windy here today, but it's nice and sunny, and hopefully we'll have a good game of football in Sir. So Claire, obviously sunny day, very windy out there, and two very evenly matched teams they're facing each other here today. What do you think we can expect?
Yeah, well, like you say, I suppose conditions are actually quite good, but the wind, there's really no telling how that might play a part in it, so we'll just have to see. But like you said, very well matched teams, and just Division 3 at the minute is very competitive, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and how big of an absence do you think Jessica Foy is going to be here today? She's a professional soccer player, we know, with Glentoran. 2-4 the last day against a very good Roscommon side. She's going to be quite a notable absence for Down, you'd have to feel.
Yeah, but I suppose a player like Jessica, you know, it's great when you have her, and then that's what your panel is for on days that you don't have a player like that. I'm sure Down have plenty of players that will be able to step up to the mark. So yeah, obviously she is a loss, but at the same time they're probably aware that it's something that will happen now and again throughout the season.
But then again, it's so hard to, I suppose, accurately predict what's going to happen today, given the results we've had so far in Division 3A. The fact that there's only 4 teams in it means it really is a league of 4 very evenly matched teams. Definitely,
yeah. And look, you've Louth, who came up last year from Division 4 and obviously gave a very good account of themselves already so far. So yeah, it's very, very competitive, and signs are good for all teams really still this weekend. Like, these results obviously will determine what happens next weekend, but yeah, very evenly matched.
And just having watched both these teams, they do like to move the ball along fairly swiftly, move it through the hands or to the feet if possible. Wind seems to be coming across the pitch today at quite, as we're starting to feel here. How big a factor is that going to be, do you think?
Yeah, well, like you say, they are teams that like to kick the ball, and they play a nice brand of football. Will the wind change that? Maybe so, or they might kind of just adapt their game slightly. It's hard to say, but otherwise conditions are quite good, so the wind will play a part, but maybe not for either team's advantage really in either half.
And we're not far away from throw-in here now. Referee today is Kevin Corcoran from Mayo, who interestingly refed Sligo's first round of the league here a number of weeks ago when Sligo took on Louth. And on that occasion it was 110 to 1-9 that the homes, or it was a draw actually, 110 apiece on that occasion. And Sligo, if they prevail here today, it's 3 points for the winner, and they'll be in quite a positive position going forward. So it's pretty much winner take all this evening. Just over on my right hand side, the Sligo team are just getting their photo taken, wearing that white and black kit of theirs, and Down team just warming up here on the far side. So as I was saying there, Claire, a lot at stake here today, given that it's 3 points for the winner and that there's only one more round after this.
Yeah, definitely, and I think maybe with the game being rescheduled, kind of there's nearly almost more at stake really. So yeah, it should hopefully make for an exciting last round of games next weekend.
Yeah, and how do you see Sligo going about the opening half?
Yeah, well, like I say, I suppose they'll be quite familiar with this pitch, so they probably might adapt a little bit quicker to the conditions. But look, every day you go out to play football, you know that the conditions will play a part. So I don't think Down will be maybe too cautious of it. But yes, Sligo will probably have that bit more experience of the position of this pitch and how the wind might affect their game.
And the last time Down were out, of course, there was 8 goals altogether, and I think by my count we've had 10 goals in 2 rounds of football so far. So will we expect to see that net rattling again today, do you think?
Yeah, well, again, who knows what might happen. A high ball in on a day like today could very easily end up in the back of the net through no fault of the goalie or the defence, really. So yeah, it's, anything can happen, but that's what I love about ladies football, is you're always hopeful of at least a goal or 2 per game.
Yeah, and just overall, what have you made of the standard that we've seen so far? Not just in Divisions 1 and 2, but in the likes of Division 3 and 4, where we see the likes of Down and Leitrim and Sligo playing. It seems to have really upped in the last couple of years.
Oh yeah, obviously for the like of us in Division 4, the goal is to make it up to Division 3, and you know then that you're going to be getting a really good standard of football. So yeah, I think Division 3 is a highly competitive division, and most teams that kind of are competing here will be around at the latter stages of the championship.
Yes, indeed, and of course Down did reach the quarter-finals of the intermediate championship last year when they were dumped out by Wexford, who went on to the semi-final. And we're just under a minute to go here now. The 2 captains have spoken to the referee. Interesting to see, will Sligo want to play into that breeze or against it? Interestingly, 2 number 8s facing off against each other there. We have Megan Doherty from the Carrie Duff Club, made her debut back in 2014. And on the opposite side we have Sarah Reynolds from Giva, who is in her first year as captain as well. Of course, spent 2 years as captain of her club. And Sligo just going through the last minute of the warm-up there while the officials are getting ready to throw the ball in.
It's strange rushing to see a Sligo team without Jackie Mulligan somewhere around.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, look, we have to mention Jackie Mulligan. Didn't she put in some service? 21 years an inter-county footballer. Sligo football won't be the same for a while, you'd have to feel.
Definitely, and I know she's been around for a long time, but I still am kind of getting used to the fact that she won't be, because she's just been such a stalwart for us over the years. And definitely deserves a mention here today, I think.
Yeah, absolutely, and of course she was there back the last time Sligo won Division 3, which is back in 2015, and the last time they contested the final was in 2019. But a lot of young talent in this Sligo side, a lot of girls involved with the IT here, which is where we are today, a couple of girls involved with Sligo Rovers, so still a lot of potential coming through the ranks there. One girl that's really stood out for me, I have to say, is Katie Welsh. She scored 1-7 there the last day, and we'll obviously see what she's made of later on. She's starting today there wearing number 14 on her back, and Down have just coming onto the field there. Sligo appear to be delaying their warm-up somehow. Referee, as I said, for today is Kevin Corcoran from Mayo, from my own neck of the woods. Sligo just getting into the huddle there. What do you think the manager will be saying to them in just these last couple of moments, Claire? That he won't have much time to get his last few words in.
Well, no, but just, I suppose, to hit the ground running, a good start. I know they battled back from they were down a couple of points the last day, so if they can have a good start here today, it'll probably set them up nicely.
Yeah, and as you can probably hear now, the wind is just sweeping across the west of Ireland here. Ben Bulbin just lying behind us. It's an absolutely beautiful day here in IT Sligo. Besides, certainly a lot nicer than it was last week or even 2 weeks ago when Sligo took on Louth and drew with them. Of course, battled back from being 6 points down earlier on. And it was an inspired display by their full forward Katie Welsh that got them over the line on that occasion. She scored a total of 1-7. But we're just about ready to go here now. Both teams with a couple of absentees, but 2 very strong sides out facing each other here today. And it's Megan Doherty and Adair Mooney for Down, facing off against Sarah Reynolds and Roisin Malloy in the hop here today. And we're almost underway. It's the black and red of Down against the white and black of Sligo. It's the Mourne Mountains versus Velbullen. It's Connacht versus Ulster. It's Sligo versus Down. And there it is. We are underway here in round 2 of the Lidl Division 3A. And straight away it's in there to Rachel O'Brien. She has an option. Gives it off. Sligo looking to attack straight away. Sarah Reynolds, the captain, sends a ball in there, but it drifts harmlessly to the left and wide. They seem to have their eye on the goal straight away there.
Yeah, definitely, and I suppose it was a kind of a ball that anything could have happened with, but it just trailed out at the end. But yeah, definitely searching for one in the start.
Of course, just having watched the teams involved in this mini division, if you like, they wasted no time in getting stuck into each other the last couple of games. And it's Down that are on the counter attack here now. Orna Kelly swept up there by Ellie McDermott, and Sligo counter attack now. It's their second home game so far this year. They face Roscommon in the next round. Currently 1 point on the board from their draw last week here with Louth. It's going to be a free out. That's the ball move forward nice and quickly now. Sun just making it a bit difficult to see now, but the ball moving closer in there towards the danger woman there, Katie Welsh. Leah Duffy has it now. Turns back inside to Rachel O'Brien, who's handled a lot of ball already, and we're only a couple of minutes in, and eventually it's going to be a free out to Down. And the Mourne women just looking to ease themselves into this game. Just in case you missed it, there's just one change to the Sligo team on the one you might have picked up in your programmes. Megan McCormick is wearing the Iverfehi. She replaces Ciara Gorman. Of course, wind making it quite difficult here today. Just blowing across the field here. Alice McLeay up in the corner back position. Nice little ball in there by Viv McCormick, and two players just battling for it there. It's given off here. McCormick has it again. Of course, put in a good display there the last day. Scored a point against Roscommon when they played out a thrilling game up and down. It was 8 goals altogether. Doherty has the ball now. Doherty with the shot. It's not going to make the distance, and it's easily gathered up there by Leonie Gahan. Sligo just looking to work it out through the hands again. Not the easiest day for kick passing, certainly. It's Lisa Casey that has the ball here now. To Roisin Malloy, who must have covered every blade of grass here 2 weeks ago when they faced off against Louth, along with Sarah Reynolds at midfield. Malloy has it again. Just surveying her options. No one doing anything too rash at the minute. Nice little ball in there to Katie Welsh. Can she get a hold of it? It's gathered up there by the woman I mentioned earlier, Megan McCormick. Katie Welsh. McCormick has it now. She tries to get past her angle, make an angle, but there's 2 Down women trying to attack her. And eventually the persistent phase off, and it's free in Sligo.
Yeah, Megan's been very lively since the start of the game here, getting on plenty of ball.
Nice little ball over there to Rachel O'Brien. O'Brien with the shot, but he just scuttles along the ground, but not out of the woods yet. And Caroline Kennedy, wearing that black baseball cap, just decides to, like the old fullbacks in soccer one time, just boot it as far away as possible. It's going to be another free to Down there. Niamh Scullion from the Ross Trevor Club did very well to win that 50-50 ball. I won't say a dirty ball because it's a nice clean day. Again, it's with Megan Doherty. Carrie Duff, her first year as captain. Involved with Down since the year 2014. Has been vice captain last year. And it's going to be brought back for a free here now to Down. It's going to be picked up by Aisling Cull, who didn't play the last day, but can be real hard working wing forward, can be a real threat when she wants to be. And they appear to be some distance out at the minute, so interesting to see what comes of this. And as predicted, they take the short option, but a good tackle there by Michelle McNamara, the Sligo fullback, but looks like the Down player just took a bit of a knock there. It's quite hard to make out those Down numbers. The red against the black isn't exactly ideal. So just about 4 minutes gone here. There's yet to be a score yet here in Sligo IT. And we're underway there. Sligo work it out. It's with Aisling Egan now. Eve Marceau just been tackled there around the middle. Played over here to the right hand side. Lisa Casey now. Lisa, nice ball in there into Megan McCormick, but it's going to be gathered up by Orna Kelly. Oh, and she gets the shot away, and it's up and over the bar. Well, it looked like the down fullback had it covered there, but Sligo off the mark.
Brilliant, yeah. Megan McCormick just did not give up on that ball. It did look like a down ball, and she just kind of scurried in behind her and got it over the bar. It could have been under.
Megan McCormick certainly meriting her inclusion so far. She's done a lot of hard work and has gotten Sligo off the mark there. Her point ahead with 5 minutes played here in Sligo IT. It's going to be another free out to down there. It's a rough and tumble sort of a game. Natalie McKibben. That's with Alice McLeod, who seems to be playing the role of the sweep and corner back there. She goes past the Sligo player. That was Sarah Dougherty there. Ball worked into the danger zone. Sligo have to be vigilant here. Well gathered up there by Ellie McDermott. Jade Lyons has the ball here now, wearing the red headband. Ball worked out through the hands there, of course. Sligo seem to be playing into a slight breeze here. Slight, but as I say in the West of Ireland, a slight breeze has a very different meaning. It's picked up again by Cara McCardle there for down. Make their way forward again. It's given out here to the left. And it's just swung to the right and to the left and right there. Didn't quite catch who that was now, but Sligo resume again. Claire Dunn just playing it across the field here to Michelle McNamara in a slightly safer position. Roisin Malloy has it again. She has options to her left and right. Picked up there by Rachel O'Brien. Down always very vigorous in the tackle. Jade Lyons moving it forward again. Katie Welch just has to come out far to get the ball there. Down tackling very tightly. It's a bit of a nothing ball there, for being honest, by Sarah Reynolds. Up into the sky, of course. Very hard to judge the kick passes today, Claire.
Very hard to judge. Like that on another day would have been a good pass, but just the wind really took it. Yeah, there's a lot more space in the down defence than there is Sligo. Like Sligo are really getting their numbers back, so down are working very, very hard. They're moving the ball relatively quickly up, but it's very hard to get that shot off in a good position for down.
Down have to go back to go forward here now. Megan Doherty has it again. That's with Sarah Dougherty. Playing inside here. Doherty has it again. And in the end it's eventually finished to the back of the net. And well, you often see it happening in ladies football, but Sligo were unlucky there, and in the end it was Viv McCormick that got the final touch in there, Claire.
Yeah, well, we said this before the game started, that it was a day for maybe a ball like that dropping into the back of the net. Very unfortunate for Sligo, but at the same time Down have been getting forward. They haven't been getting their shots off, but they've been very positively moving forward, even with the conditions such as they are.
Sarah Cunny coming very deep for that ball there, and it's gone out over the sideline. Of course, very hard to judge kick passes and kick outs and all that kind of thing. It's another free in there. Seems to be for a push. Not the huge amount of contact there, it has to be said. Niamh Scullion has it now, and Niamh wins the free again. Sligo seem to be conceding a lot of frees so far.
They do. I suppose they're getting a lot of numbers back, and it's easy then for a ref to pull someone for an easy enough free going in. Like I said earlier, there's a lot more space in the down defence, so it's harder maybe to get that free.
Yeah. Ball's with Aisling Cull nowadays, making her first league start this year. Well gathered up there by Sarah Cunny, who's come very deep wearing the number 15. I don't know if she's operating as a sweeper back there. The referee decides to bring it forward. She looks to her right and left, but a bit of a dangerous ball right down the middle there. There was 3 down players that could have snatched that at any minute. Back to Megan Doherty again. Sligo seem to be committing a good few bodies back. They currently have 14 ladies behind the ball there, and the Moore and women just happen to be patient here. Of course, they do have an eye for goal based on their last game, which they won 4-10 to 4-9 against Roscommon. But of course, the woman that scored 2 of those goals, Jessica Foy, playing no part here today. There was 4 goals in the first 15 minutes in this match, but so far there's 10 minutes here, and all we have is just that single goal from Viv McCormack that just spilled out of the hands of Leonie Gohan, and she was there, pounced on it, and just stabbed it into the back of the net. Sligo on the counter-attack. Lisa Casey. It's a good ball in, has it too much weight. Megan McCormack, she gets around the keeper. Megan McCormack, she has an open goal, but just stumbles with it at the last minute, and in the end they get the free in, I think, but a real golden opportunity there might have gone missing.
Yeah, definitely, it could have been in the back of the net, but at the same time, again, she made very good work to actually win that ball. If, you know, there was a lot of players around her, so she did very well even to get on the ball, and yeah, could have been a goal. I think it's a penalty now, is it?
Yeah, it's actually a penalty. It just seemed that she was just slightly inside the penalty zone, and it's going to be a spot kick, and no better woman to take it, Katie Welch, who scored a wonder goal here the last day, and she'll be facing Caroline Kennedy from the spot. Caroline, just 19 years of age, against one of Sligo's star players. This to put Sligo a point ahead. Katie Welch, and she makes no mistake with the finish. She just rolls it into the back of the net, and Sligo are back in this game.
Definitely, yeah. Very much so. I think probably what they deserve, you know, it's been a very balanced game so far in terms of possession and attacking, and yeah, probably what they deserve.
And Sligo have it back again. It's with Sarah Coney. Sarah bearing down in goal, takes the shot, and it's in the back of the net. 2 goals in a single minute. Now we have a game in our hands.
Most definitely.
Absolutely sensational stuff from Sligo. They just pounced on that kick out from Caroline Kennedy, and now they've already have 2 goal scorers, Katie Welch and Sarah Coney, down on the counter attack again. Well, they scored 4 goals in their last game. They've already conceded 2 here. It's not looking good so far.
No, it's a difficult condition there to be a goalie. At least outfield you have the option of a hand pass, but when that's your kick out and that's your only option, it can be difficult to find your own player.
Good ball in there to Orla Swale, woman who definitely has an eye for goal, but it's gathered up by Aoife Morris-Rowe. Also plays a bit of football, actually. Sligo, a bit of a collision there, and understandably the referee just blowing it up there. The down player certainly seems to have come out the worst, but there's been a few of them so far.
Yeah, there's definitely no holding back on either side.
Yeah, and unfortunately there, she has her face down into the ground, but you'll have them belts occasionally. So I suppose it took a short while to get going this game, but by God, it's gotten going in style now.
Oh, definitely, yeah, and Down are going to have to respond to those 2 goals from Sligo and see what they can do about them.
Yeah, they seem to be finding Sligo very hard to break down. That obviously must be due to the fact that Sligo seem to be committing a lot of bodies up back there and counter-attacking at speed.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And then they don't seem to be really losing much on the counter, Sligo. They have the players up there to kind of get scores when they need, so definitely very hard for Down. And again, on a day like today, you're very carefully picking your shots, so if you have a lot of opposition around you, that's going to be harder again.
Sorry, I was calling the number 11 the wrong name there. That's Amy Green. I think I was calling her Sarah Doty, but yeah, number 11, Amy Green. Apologies if I got the name wrong there earlier. Another counter-attack here from Sligo. This could be dangerous. Jade Lyons, she has Rachel O'Brien in support, and that's who she goes to. Rachel has options here. Katie Welch on the ball now. She's a powerful presence up there. She has 3 players around her though, and eventually ball is turned over, but she wasn't forgiven up there, and she seems to have left her mark there on that particular defender. But Down aren't wasting their time. It's out here to Natalie McKibben, to Orla Duffy, one of their star players in their win over Roscommon. An 8-goal thriller up in Newry. Sligo just fouling around the middle of the field, slowing the game down a bit, not allowing any Down counter-attacks to accrue. but it's a poor free there. And Sarah Cooney's going to gather that one up fairly easily. Ellie McDermott conceding the free around the middle there. Sligo really seem to be slowing the game down a bit around there with the way they've been tackling and fouling and everything.
Yeah, well, if they're going to be committing those numbers back, I suppose they need time to do that when the ball breaks down. So, yeah, you're probably right.
Down. Nice long ball over here. Megan Doherty's going to have a job to get to it. And that she duly does. The captain from Carryduff carries it inside. Thought about taking on Roisin Malloy, but she stands her ground. Sligo committing big numbers back to that defence, but they've prevailed on the scoreboard so far. It's going to be yet another free in, but not within scoring distance. Inside they play it inside. That's in there to Sarah Doherty. Doherty turns, but very good turn over there from the captain, Megan Doherty, setting a real example there, but a poor ball away. Michelle McNamara wasn't able to get to it, and down, have it out again. Sarah Doherty looking for an option inside, but there's not one there. Natalie McKibben cross again to Doherty, who's handled a lot of ball today and always tends to do. Industrious player around the middle of the field there. Shot away there from Aisling Cull, but it's going to be easily gathered up there by Leonie Gahan. Roisin Malloy back there helping out her own defence, as she likes to do, another highly industrious player. Sligo just struggling to break out. Lisa Casey, nice little ball forward there to Leah Kelly. Forward to Katie Welch, has been watched closely there by Ciara Byrne. Ball inside to Megan McCormick, one of the goal scorers, but she just isn't quite able to get to it. Possession turned over yet again. Certainly not a day for slip-ups with the wind, that's for sure. Nice little counter-attack play here. Adair Mooney is getting her first touch of the ball there. It was the late change there for Una Lavery. Nice little ball across there to Sarah Doherty. Doherty looking for an angle. Takes a shot, and good score there by Sarah Doherty. That'll do down the world of good.
Yeah, very good score. I suppose they had to work very hard for it. They got broken down. They went again, but yeah, brilliant score there from down, and that'll give them a bit of confidence now, just going into the water break.
Yeah, and I suppose just the question a lot of people have just with these water breaks, they've obviously been retained in the women's game for whatever reason. Well, what do you make of them? Is this something we're going to see in the medium to long term, Claire?
Well, for a player my age, I think they're very welcome. But
I don't say that.
No, they're going to keep them for the league. I'm not sure if it's going to be reviewed after that. I suppose it was something that came in over COVID, and it just depends. It's something that can work in your favour, something that can work against you. But that's the decision that the LGFA made.
Yeah, but how do managers find it then? It's obviously a chance to get a message out to the players. Do you think that there'll be reluctance on their part to let them go?
Yeah, well, as sometimes it breaks your momentum. Things have been going well, and the last thing you want is the water break, so it's not always a good thing. But yeah, certainly if it isn't going according to plan, it's a good chance to just get speaking to the group. So I don't know. I think it very much depends on the day or on the game and how it's going. But I think players and managers are very adaptable. Whatever they decide after the league, we'll just go with it. But they have probably been useful to a point for some teams.
Yeah, just what you meant of that first quarter in general. Both teams seem to be struggling slightly with the elements in terms of measuring up their passes and everything.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you can see girls there who'd usually be, pinging a ball over the bar, and they are just more cautious and they don't want to waste that chance. So, Sligo, I suppose they have their 2 goals. They've probably made a little bit better use of their possession, but I don't know what the stats would be, but it's very evenly dispersed kind of among, down, break the ball down well, and they counter-attack quickly. Like you said, Sligo get a lot of numbers back, but they're not really losing out up front, so very balanced game, and the goals have just brought it to life a little bit.
Yeah, a bit of a cloud just hanging over IT Sligo here. Of course, it was lovely weather earlier on, very windy, but certainly a lot lighter than it was this time a week ago. I was tucked up inside watching the National League. Certainly wasn't at any of the games, that's for sure. I'm sorry for some of the lads that have to play, but a lot more pleasant here today.
both teams are working very hard. Like I thought Sarah Reynolds made a great tackle there on one of the down players, was shaping up to take a shot, and she just stole the ball for a foot. Like it's tiny things like that from both teams that are keeping it so competitive.
We're just ready to resume here now. It's going to be a kick out from Leonie Gahan. Well, one there by Sarah Cunny, who's playing deep inside her own half, obviously as an extra defender. They're wary of the threat that the likes of Orla Swale and Viv McCormick pose up there. Rachel O'Brien gives it off to Sarah Reynolds, and into the danger one. Katie Welch lets the shot away, and has it got the accuracy? It certainly does. Sligo move themselves another point ahead.
Yeah, they came out with great intent there. You could see from straight away from the midfield they were very keen to get that ball up as far as Katie Walsh, and a lovely score on a day like on any day. Katie popped it over with her eyes closed, but on a day like today, brilliant score, really well taken.
You know, she's a real threat there, and nice ball over the top there, but it eventually Caroline Kennedy makes it to it, and she concedes the free. Of course, they have a real player of real calibre in there. Katie Welch scored 1-7 the last day, 6 points from frees. Of course, hit 6 points in the county final as well too for her club, Shorla Strand. So they'd want to tighten up on her, you'd have to say, Claire.
Definitely, but there's nearly 3 down players around her all the time. She's getting a lot of very special attention in there. So to even get her shot off there, she did very well. They're obviously have targeted her as someone that needs watching.
Yet another polar ball in there by Down, and Sligo get to counter attack again. 1 goal to the good here with approximately 18 minutes gone here in Sligo IT. Good defending there from Down. And it's with Viv McCormick, the full forward, who's come very deep trying to get ball. They tried to get it into Orla Swale there, but turned over yet again by that airtight Sligo defence. Conceded an unfortunate goal earlier on, but have gotten 2 in the meantime. Rachel O'Brien to Jade Lyons. Lyons hands it off to Roisin Malloy. Dodges 2 players. Lyons with the ball again. Recycles it back out to Lisa Casey. Sarah Coney again tries to get past Natalie McGibbon. Ball just spilled back there again. Megan Doherty wins it up, and Down start the counter attack. Swept over here to the far side to Orna Kelly. Looks for an option inside. Sligo seem to have opened up a bit. There's space in there if they want to use it. Orla Duffy throws it over here. Oh, and it's hit first time there, but it looks like it's going to go out for 45. I don't think Leonie Gahan was expecting that now.
No, definitely not. That was a great Sligo move. Down did very well there defensively to break that ball down and move it out of defence, because it looked like a very positive move from Sligo's point of view.
Yeah, certainly Leonie Gahan's standing the test of what's put into her there so far. A bit unfortunate with the goal, but those kind of things can happen.
Definitely, yeah, especially on a day like today.
45 from Down. Can they make something of this? It has a fair bit of distance, but it's broken down. Sligo get to counter attack again. Sarah Reynolds. Reynolds to Casey. Nice hand pass and move here from Sligo. Eve Morris rolled the corner back, getting in on the action to Leah Duffy. Dangerous ball into Katie Welch. Ciara Byrne is doing her best on her. Ciara Byrne tries to stop her getting through. She has the power, she has the pace, gets the shot away, but that's not going to trouble anyone. It's still hopping around there. It looked like Megan McCormick got a bit of a dig there, but it's a free out to Down nonetheless. What do you think of that, Claire?
Yeah, it was a bit of a Megan sandwich there. She was to either side of her, there was a Down girl, but yeah, look, the ref obviously, I think it's a fair game. There's no dirty play going on, but it's definitely, every ball has been very strongly contested.
Down around the counter attack here. There's something on. Mourne woman still with just 1 point to their name. Good ball inside here to Viv McCormick. Viv with the shot. What a finish. Down are back within a point of it, and they've done it in style here.
Yeah, brilliant. Kind of snuck in there very quickly for that one. Yeah, brilliantly taken.
Well, we can see why Sligo have been committing so many players back there, because Down, as I've mentioned on a few times here now, they have the forwards that can do the damage.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Well won there by Rachel O'Brien. but poorly delivered by Rachel O'Brien. She gets it back again though. Leah Duffy, not the biggest player in the world, but she's fighting for every ball there. Jade Lynch, Sligo tried to claw back that 1 point, or to add to that 1 point lead. Goals can just happen out of nowhere if this Division 3 campaign has anything to go by. Down have gotten a few bodies back around the D now. Tried to just impede that scoring zone. Nice ball in there to McCormack again. Down, of course, fighting for every ball in there. Jade lines again. Plays it over here to the right hand side to Rachel O'Brien. O'Brien to Leah Duffy. 12 players back there for Down at the minute. It must feel like 14 with the way they're defending. Lisa Casey gets a shot away, but it's going to bounce into the hands of Caroline Kennedy, the 19-year-old goalkeeper. She plays it out again. It's going to be another counter-attacking move through the hands for the Mourne women here. 3 points to their name so far after that thrilling victory over Roscommon. Sligo with just the point from their draw here with Louth 3 weeks ago. Good block down by Aisling Egan. Some Sligo's passing, just letting them down ever so slightly.
Yeah, I think on a day like today, those kind of dinky passes that would work out on another just aren't. They're kind of getting caught a bit, and Down are coming out with them.
Megan Doherty, very good free one by the Down captain there. She really has been everywhere today, as we would expect of her.
Yeah, definitely working very hard, yeah. And actually the Sligo, both sets of midfields have kind of come to life even a little bit more than they had in the second quarter.
Standing over this now is Aisling Cull, the wing forward, but she has put it down. Appears to be going off actually, so we have a substitution here. Number 20, Anne-Marie McGee, and we see number 12 and 10 going off, Aisling Cull and Niamh Scullion. Anne-Marie McGee is one of them that has come on, wearing the number 20 on her back. So interesting that they're making the subs at this particular time, Claire, that they wouldn't just wait till half time.
Yeah, very much so. And you know, like we said, it's an evenly contested game, so I don't know if you could fault any of the players out there for effort, but who knows, maybe it's part of a plan that the Down management have.
Certainly there's no shortage of players to choose from. There's, by my count, 13 different clubs represented on this Down team. The shot there from Sarah Doherty, it just about had the distance, and it's over the bar, and we are level here. Only Gahan looking for an option. Of course, very hard to direct a kick pass today. It falls straight into the hands of Megan Doherty, and getting her first touch of the ball is Anna-Marie McGee. McGee to Doherty. Another substitution on there, I just spotted there. Kate McKay. So, triple substitution on the Down team there. A bit of a dangerous ball in there to Sarah Reynolds, but she wins it. Down applying real pressure around that middle third there. Sarah Cunny dodges by a couple of tackles, plays it on the ground, but Down counter-attack that with ease. Kate McKay again, getting her first touch of the ball. Swept across the field here to Anna-Marie McGee. Featured as well against Roscommon. Sarah Doherty. But that one is going to drift over to the left and wide. Appeared like she had a bit more time there, Claire. What do you think?
Yeah, she probably maybe just could have been a little bit more conservative with it, but again, on another day, I'm sure that would be gone over the bar for her. So it's very hard to call in these conditions with the wind dropping and picking up kind of every couple of seconds.
It's windy down here at the best of times, but certainly playing a factor today. well done there by Sarah Doherty. Plays into Orla Swale, and it's blocked down there by Leonie Gahan, and a very good save by Gahan. She's gotten Sligo out of jail there, and the Yates women are going to counter-attack here now. It's Lisa Casey, the half forward. Plays it forward to Rachel O'Brien. Fabulous save there by Leonie Gahan. O'Brien now looking for an option on the inside. Doesn't really have one in the full forward position. And in the end, Sligo player Katie Welsh done for taking slightly too many steps. But that save could prove vital if this game proves to be tight.
Oh, brilliant. And I'm not sure how she could spot the ball. There was a lot of bodies in blocking her vision. She did really, really well with that save.
The number 17, Adair Mooney, is making way as well. So that appears to be Sligo's 4th substitution in the afternoon. How do you use 4 out of the 5?
I think we've rolling subs for the league, so they can probably work away. They might have a few more too.
Yeah, certainly it's, I suppose, handy as a player, not so handy as a commentator trying to keep track of all of them. But we shall soldier on nonetheless. Emma Green back there inside in her own half, trying to win that ball. Another hard working player there. Katie Welch did very well to win that ball back there. Sligo can mount yet another attack. Sarah Reynolds, good ball over here to Leah Duffy, but it just had slightly too much on it. We've seen that quite a bit today. Pass is just overcooking. And Downer back on the attack. It's McGee with the ball here now. She had 3 or 4 touches since she came in. She has Orla Swale in support. And the end, she just got done for too many steps. Yet again, unfortunately.
Technically probably the correct decision, but harsh enough too.
But it makes no other difference because Sligo are giving it away and it's back. But as no sooner I spoke those words, the Sligo have it back again, and now it's going to be a free in for, appears to be Ellie McDermott, I think, that committed the foul on that particular occasion. And it's going to be, you'd have to say, a fairly big kickable free over there on the right hand side. That'll do down no harm.
Yeah, hopefully.
Referee just needs to be checking. Is the down player good to go? Yeah, and she's back on her feet again. Sarah Doherty, who's been proven to be quite the threat here today. This to put down a point ahead with us nearly in injury time. And Sarah Doherty out the right boot puts down 1 point ahead. Her 2nd point of the afternoon. Sligo get it out again. Down just making life hard for the Sligo players over there on the right hand side. Eventually they can see the free. A very well won back there by Megan Doherty. Gives it out to Karen McArdle. Nice ball there to Amy Green. Amy charging through and eventually gets the shot away, and she took a bit of a clatter there in the meantime from Ellie McDermott, but she got the shot away.
Say it's an advantage maybe. He'll bring it back for the free.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine, yeah, but seems to be good for players going down in the last couple of minutes, just owing to the intensity of the game, no doubt.
Well, I was just going to say the effort that both sets of players have put in, I'm not surprised. Like, it's, you know, again, even looking on from the sideline, you can't really fully appreciate those windy conditions, so I think both sets of players have gave a really good account of themselves so far today.
Down, looking to put themselves a point ahead here now, as soon as we resume, but they don't stay down for too long. Certainly up in that part of the world anyway. They're not known for lying down. Dangerous ball in there, and they get a shot away, but it's blocked down valiantly there by Aisling Egan. And Sligo counter-attack, but they're not out of the woods yet by far. Roisin Malloy has it now. Lovely little interplay there by Sligo. They've done that so many times against Down at their last match here. It's Sarah Reynolds that has it now, but in the final ball is a poor one. She was under pressure, but Down just closing off that middle channel yet again. Megan Doherty.
Katie Wall seems to be playing a little bit deeper, and I'm not sure it's working too well for Sligo just at the minute.
Yeah, certainly. No player out there afraid of work. Katie Walsh seems to be back in her own half now. Sligo just coming slightly under the cosh here now. Down, starting to find their form. Starting to get the ball into those danger players in there, like Viv McCormick and Sarah Doherty. Karen McCardle going across the field, but it's a poor enough ball. And Ciara Byrne really had to exert herself to try and get to that. And that's going to be the final action here in IT Sligo of the first half. It's 2-3 to 2-2. Just a point in it, and you'd have to say, Claire, that's an accurate reflection of how even it's been so far.
Absolutely, it has been end to end, and like I said earlier, both sets of players, like they've tried to play positive football. It's not ultra defensive. They are trying to break forward as much as they can, and yeah, I think it's a fair scoreline at half time.
Yeah, and what have you made of the way the two teams are set up? Down seem to be getting a bit more luck up there in the forwards, but at the same time, Sligo seem to be reacting to that by retreating into defence.
Yeah, like as I said, I think I would prefer to see, if I were on Katie Walsh's team, I'd prefer to see her nearer to the goals. Like she is getting a lot of attention from the down players there. As she's further out the field, there's less of an option for Sligo going forward. Down, like you said, I think they're reading the ball very well. They're getting a lot of ball kind of around their half back line where they've just read it, maybe a bit of a miss pass from Sligo. And at the minute, down forwards are probably managing a little bit better than Sligo forwards just at the minute.
Yeah, and obviously teams will be swapping ins. We just felt the breeze coming across the field here. Will it make any difference in the second half, given that the breeze seems to be coming across the field rather than going in either direction?
Yeah, well, I mean, like I said, I think conditions are very tricky out there, and it's hard to even appreciate it standing on the sideline like versus being out there. It might, but I'm not too sure how much it's helping either team at the minute.
Well, certainly we're in for an intriguing second half. We're just going to take a break for a couple of minutes, maybe try and get results from the other games going on around the country here today. For the minute, it's down 2-3, Sligo 2-2 here in IT Sligo. Garmil Mahagav. We're right back here now, ready for the second half here between Down and Sligo. 2-3 to Down, 2-2 to Sligo in a rip-roaring first half, it has to be said. 4 goals in total, and who's to say there won't be 4 more? Just a couple of results at half-time from around the country, starting with the women. Half-time, not results, but half-time scores. Starting with the women, Kerry 1-8, Clare no score. That's not a typo. That's what I saw on Twitter. Galway 1-3, Mayo 3-3, Armagh 1-6, and Cavan 5 points. That's the women's action around the country here today. And just a couple of results in the men, for a couple of scores in the men's. Mayo 6 points, Armagh 1-5 in Hyde Park. Kildare leading Dublin by 4 points, 8 points to 4 in that game. And finally, Kerry leading Monaghan 7 points to 4. Kerry at home below in Tralee, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, back to IT Sligo here now, where Sligo and Down, it's pretty much anyone's game here at the minute. Haven't been notified of any particular changes to either team. Sligo, or Down rather, made a rake of subs there before half time. And we're underway again here now, and one of the girls that came on there, Kate McKay, wins that ball there. She's been tackled there by Sarah Reynolds, but Down wasting no time getting that counter-attack going again. Orla Swale here at a quiet first half, and she wins that 45 for Down. And an early scoring opportunity here for the 2021 Ulster champions. You have to feel in the second half player that Orla Swale, given the goal threat she can pose, they'll need to get more out of her.
Yeah, I definitely think so, yeah. And it maybe could be the difference, who knows, but yeah, I'd agree, definitely need to see a little bit more of her just on the ball.
Yeah, she scored a hat-trick for her college there lately, for St. Mary's. So, definitely one to keep an eye on. And they've gone right back with that 45. Kate McKay has it now. Sweeps it over to the far side here. Amy Green with the ball, or Sarah Doherty on the ball there. Number 15 from the Bryansford club. Club with 5 representatives here on the Down team, just short of Carrie Duff, who have 6. As I said, 13 clubs represented from Down here out of 24. Down LGFA only got going back in 1994, but great to see so much involvement. Picked up by Kate McKay again. Sweeps it out to the far side to Emer Fitzpatrick, but it's going to drift to the right and wide, and yet again the wind not helping things there, Claire.
Definitely not, no. And it's just it's hard to know when to take that shot, because that's what can happen on a day like today. So yeah, very difficult.
Of course, not worth bearing in mind, missing a couple of players here. Tasha Ferris not available, neither is Jessica Foy and Aoife Keown and Katrina Caldwell. So a couple of players missing, but still a lot of talent out there that can do the damage. It's given away by Sligo again, yet again. Down, bring it out again. Eve Scullion from Ross Trevor, playing it in to Viv McCormack. They'll look to get a bit more out of her. She's has 2 goals already to her name. McCormack being tackled by Aoife Morris Rowe. Good turnover there by Sligo.
Yeah, and I think a good ref decision there.
Certainly always good when the ref gets a bit of praise. They're probably the least praised member of the GAA, it has to be said.
The less you notice them, the better, I suppose. But I know, I just thought like that very much the Down player possibly looking for that free a little bit, so it was a good call by the ref not to give it.
Exactly, like a good bass player. If you don't notice him, he's doing his job very well. Musicians probably won't get that reference. Megan Doherty here over on the right hand side. Back to Anne-Marie McGee. McGee playing it over to the number 26, Emer Fitzpatrick. Back there to Anne-Marie McGee. Turning one way and then the other, trying to make an angle. There's 3 Sligo players around. Aisling Egan just desperately trying to keep that ball in, and eventually it falls to a Down player. Orla Swale, I think, gets the shot away, but it's going to go through the right and wide just as the wind starts to pick up, but Down seem to be making a bit less errors up there.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. But I suppose it just shows you they're getting them shots off. Like the wind is probably less favourable even on this end of the field.
Yeah, and it comes over this way from the kick out. The wind definitely carried it a bit. Dangerous looking ball in there to the Sligo substitute, Maeve Casterly. And eventually,
brilliant.
Sligo get off the mark. Very good move there.
Really good move. Just very simple, but again taking conditions into account, and just got herself into a really good position to put that ball over the bar. Really good play.
So that's one substitution there. It's Maeve Casterly that has just been introduced there, presumably at half time. Down around the counter second, Megan McCormack working so hard there at wing forward, trying to win every ball she can. She already has a goal to her name. It's going to be another free here. Just don't seem to, a bit of hesitation there about who was going to take it. Kate McKay has it now. Here McCardle giving the pass over to the right hand side. Aisling Egan going to contest that ball, but it looked like it hit Egan's boot last, and it just goes out to a 45. Just with the way the wind is coming across the field, it might suit it to be taken from over that side of the field here today.
Yeah, maybe so, yeah. But I think, you know, no more than a lot of the ball that broke down for Sligo going forward in the first half, Sligo are now getting that hand in, or just seem to be reading that ball a bit better defensively. So it's just interesting that that half of the field, maybe the wind is even moving in a slightly different way.
Sarah Doherty getting her hand on this one here. She already has 2 points to her name. Oh, it's played over here to Viv McCormack. McCormack back inside to Swale. Swale, it's high and it's going to have the distance. And that's a point for Down.
Yeah, good score again. You almost get the feeling that the teams have kind of finally settled into the conditions, and they're a lot more composed on the ball, and shot selection is much better in even the first couple of minutes of this half versus the first.
And that's the first point of the day for young Orla Swale, a real talented young player, one of many carried up players on the field. That's what Sarah Doherty has been Down's biggest threat so far. She's going to have a shot, but it's not going to curl. And that's, I think, by my count, 3 shots they've had already, and they've gotten a point from it.
Yeah, no, that was a good shot. She was unlucky there, just trailed off at the end. I thought she took it well, but yeah, didn't get any joy from it.
Sligo just struggling to break out of their own half at the minute. Leonie Gahan straight down the middle. It's a good kick, actually. Megan McCormack going to gather this one, but she's under a lot of pressure there from Kim White. McCormack sweeps it over to, but in the meantime it's pulled back for a free into Sligo. And McCormack doing a lot of good work around the middle of the field there, it has to be said, around that middle third. Of course, wing forwards, they do have to be a bit like midfielders nowadays. I don't know what you think about that, Claire.
Yeah, most definitely. Wing forward is one of the hardest working positions on the field in ladies football at the minute.
Big high booming ball from Katie Welsh there, but it's well caught by Megan Doherty, who wasn't under any particular pressure just as the sun starts to emerge here over Sligo. That certainly won't make it any easier for us down here, whatever about the players. 8 minutes gone here now. Scores are level. Of course, there's been very little between teams in this division so far. It was a draw here 2 weeks ago between Louth and Sligo, and only a point separated Down and Roscommon. In Newry last week when Down prevailed. And of course, not like the men's game, there's 3 points up for the winners here today, so the stakes are huge. Down could potentially progress to the final if they win this game here today. Sligo are counter-attacking again. Sarah Reynolds getting on the ball. She saw love in the first half, plays it over here to Lisa Casey. Lisa with the shot and a great goal, and Sligo, after having a slow start to the second half, have really responded in style.
Yeah, brilliant, great run there by Sarah Reynolds. She just drew those down players to her, popped the ball across, and a really well taken goal. Sligo needed, I was just going to say they needed a point, but why not a goal if you can do that?
Take the goals and the points will come. That appears to be the motto of Division 3A so far this year. We've had about 12 or 13 goals total so far, and a good one there again from Lisa Casey to make it 3-2 to 2-3. Sligo are on the resurgence again. Nice ball inside there to Orla Swale. Swale gives it back. Is there a shot away here from Viv McCormack? And it's going to be a penalty here. It appears Kevin Corcoran has decided. Meantime, just in case you missed any of that, Down have been awarded a penalty here now. Just a second after goal, and nestled straight in the top corner there by Sarah Doherty to make it 3-3 to 3-2, and 6 goals already so far, Claire. There could well be 6 more, I'm thinking.
I don't see why not. It's early yet. Very confident there on that penalty.
Yeah, I was just looking at the other game there that Sligo played against Roscommon. There was 6 goals in the first half. I said that'll hardly be bet, but we've had 5 so far already here today, and who's to say there won't be more? Particularly that wind can make things very unpredictable. Sligo, just in case anyone missed it, made 1 substitution there at half time. Maeve Casterly has been introduced. They have the ball back again here now. It's a game that truly could go either way. Ashley Egan from Tola Strand giving the ball forward there, and up comes Aoife Morris Rowe. Morris Rowe playing as cornerback, but looks to attack there. Katie Welch getting her first touch of the second half. Welch over here to Maeve Casterly, the substitute that just got introduced, and in the end she was surrounded by down players, but they win the foul in the end, and a chance for Katie Welch just to get off the mark here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely superb pick up there by Katie. Didn't break her momentum at all, just chipped it up, and they've gotten their free from it.
There's 1 point already scored today, Katie Welch. Should be looking to add a second here now. From over on the right hand side, but it's going to drift to the left, and in the end it's a free out. Probably not the best taken free she's ever taken, Claire, I'd say.
No, but again, I know I'm talking a lot about the wind, but on another day that'd be over the bar for Katie. The conditions are very, very difficult.
Certainly, yeah, particularly with the sun coming down here now, not making it ideal. She's already scored 1-1 today. Katie Welch came deep there a lot towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, seems to be back in full forward now, but certainly that's where I would have her if I was given the choice.
Certainly, she's not afraid to go and win her own ball.
No.
She's not just expecting it to be given into her. Orla Swale here now from Carrie Duff. Really showing her pace there. Gives it outside to Doherty. Doherty with a bit of a heavy solo, and Sligo are going to counter-attack again. Good ball out there. It's with Megan Doherty. Doherty taking on Natalie McKibben there. She's not letting her go anywhere. It's outside to Lisa Casey, the goal scorer earlier on. Picked up there by Sarah Cunny, who hasn't seen a lot of the ball in the second half so far. Well won by Katie Welch. Was she fouled? Kevin Corcoran says she was, and another chance to hit it between the post from a slightly easier position so far.
Yeah, well, hopefully the wind might help this one across from the other side of the field. It's like we're countering very quickly there, and it's working well for them. They're getting the ball into a dangerous position and winning those frees.
And Lauren Normally has just entered the fray there. Sligo just with 15 minutes gone here. Barely felt that going with all the action that was going on. Katie Welch just missed a free there a couple of minutes ago. Has a chance to make amends now, and leaving the field is Rachel O'Brien. Covered a lot of ground there today, was involved in a lot of the play. And it's Laura Normally that replaces her. It's a good strike from Katie Welch, and she's off the mark for the second half.
Yeah, really, really good score there. Again, conditions weren't easy, but she, like we said, the wind might have just helped that one over a bit.
And the teams are level. Referee blowing his whistle there. It's played out by Caroline Kennedy, who difficult place for goalies to be at the minute now with that sun shining down them. Maeve Castley getting involved in the play there. Castley, she has a lot of pace, moves inside to the left. Ball just scrambled around a bit there now, and this is the new girl, Laura Normally, that gets her first touch. But she's turned over and down her on the counter attack again, trying to move ahead. Orla Swale is coming deep for that ball there. Tries to play across like Jack Carty or Johnny Sexton, one of these boys. We were just on about them at half time. Didn't hear Ireland are getting on actually. Presumably they're beating the Italians. Down trying to play their way in here now. Swish. And it's going to be a free in. Perhaps a fairly routine one for Sarah Doherty to take here to put them back in front. That's exactly who stands over it. She's already hit 3 points today. And she'll be looking to add a third rather. Doherty from Bryansford sends it straight between the posts, and that puts down a point ahead here coming into the second half water break. Well, we've had 45 very entertaining minutes of football, but who's going to win? It's anyone's guess at the same time, Claire, isn't it?
I don't know. It's hard to keep up with the scoreline to know who's a point ahead or who's when it's level. But brilliant quarter there. I think both teams have responded really well to the goals against them. Like straight away they're back up the field trying to get a score back, whether it's a point or a goal. It has tended to be a goal, but brilliant. Yeah, probably the best quarter so far. Really, really good.
Yeah, how do you think they're going to approach the second half here now? Down, we're probably slightly the better team there in the third quarter, but it's still so unpredictable at the same time.
Yeah, and no team can kind of decide to shut up shop or just focus on defence or keeping the opposition out. Both teams really have to go for this, so it should make for I think we'll probably just see more of the same. Both teams trying to attack as much as they can, and lots of great defence as well. I think that Maeve Casserly has given kind of another option to Sligo, another dimension to their attack. She's very much holding it out wide, but she's getting on good ball and giving good ball.
Yeah, what have you made of the impact of both benches so far?
Yeah, well, it's some of the down girls that have come in there have been very, very lively. Like I said, I didn't think there was anything lacking in the teams. But look, nowadays you're looking for a finishing team as well. It's not necessarily that someone has done something wrong. So yeah, I think they've made good substitutions, particularly like I said, Maeve Casserly, and then Lauren Normally, another very lively player, just came in there for Sligo. So we might see more of her in the last quarter.
Both managers just given their team talks there. Ronan McCartan from Down and Anthony Brennan. Two managers, interesting enough, in their first year in the jobs, respectively. They'll be getting to know the girls just the same as they'll be getting to know them as well, too. That's another thing we have to consider as well, I suppose.
Definitely, yeah. And I mean, if you're a manager right now with both of these teams, there wouldn't be much. Neither team are doing very much wrong. It's just a really competitive game of football. That's
Down at the first to re-emerge. And I think I see over there on the far side, Megan Doherty appears to be leaving the field of play. She's not crossing the sideline anyway. Whatever the reason behind that decision was, she seems to have gotten on quite a lot of ball today. She was definitely one of Down's better performers.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, worked really hard around the middle there. I think just when you mentioned about substitutions, Kate McKay has been a very effective substitution for Down. She's very composed on the ball and just kind of, in conditions like this you need a level head, and she's certainly offered that to Down.
And we're underway again here now. It's Leona Maguire getting ready to kick the ball out. Drives it down the middle, but I think the referee's going to get her to retake it. Just took it a small bit too quickly there. Going to go all the way back to the down goalie there. And Kevin Corkin has just spotted something that he's not quite happy with. I think she was taking it from the wrong position or something.
It can be hard to know after the water break kind of where the restart should be happening from.
Exactly, yeah. Maeve Cashley getting on the ball here yet again. She's had quite the impact since she came on. Number 2, Orla Kelly now. Down just looking to take the game to their opponents again. It's right there for the grabbing. Down. Good move inside here. Really have to go for the juggler here now. Orla Swale. Good move there. She has pace, she has trickery. Gives it outside. Shot away, but it's going to drop short into the hands of Sarah Doherty. Doherty back here to the number 31, Paige Smith. Down just recycling the ball out. That's with the number 28 there, Kate McKay. Down just Sligo really crowding that D there. And Down just desperately trying to break through. Shot up into the air. And it's going to drift to the right and wide. Well, Sligo will certainly be thankful for that.
Yeah, just not the best shot selection there. There were players available. She might have been better just kind of bring it back around rather than try that shot on a day like today.
Ashley Egan, centre back from Torlestran, has been fairly solid and reliable there today. Roisin Malloy. Malloy gets it back in. She took a bit of a belt there. And it's going to be a free out to Sligo. I was a little surprised this game has gotten so many goals. Down got 4 the last day. And referee spotting another infraction, but they play it in quickly to Lisa Casey. Lisa Casey has space, turns around, shoots, and it's up and over the bar. Well, it was good thinking there by Sligo to get that ball in.
Yeah, very good. Katie Walsh got the free, and rather than kind of slowing it down, she just sent that ball into Lisa Casey, and you know, looked like a simple score, but a very well worked move by Sligo.
Lisa Casey there just bringing things back to parity. Another foul there. Looked like she lashed out a small bit. They're calling for a hot ball there.
Ah, come on, Rev, he was holding.
It was Sligo vice captain there, Claire Dunn, that just seemed to get a bit of a dig from the down player, but Kevin Corkin just letting the game go. As Claire was saying, he's having a fairly good game. Fullback Ciara Byrne just playing a ball inside there to cornerback Alice McLeod. The fullback line are getting involved in the attack there. Emer Fitzpatrick just taking a shot there, but it's drifting to the left and wide, and Down's accuracy just letting them down ever so slightly.
Yeah, look, again, it's just not the day for taking those kind of shots. You'd need to be very, very sure of your shot. So yeah, there's 2 kind of poor enough wides from a Down point of view.
The referee just making sure that that is taken from the correct position. Another couple of changes there on the Down team. The new player just entered the fray there. I'll let you know as soon as I find out who it is.
Is it Megan Doherty back on? Number 8.
Yeah, that's correct actually. Yeah, Megan Doherty has returned to the fray. She didn't come back out after the second half water break. Probably just needed to get her breather, but the Carry Duff woman is back and ready to contest the final 10 minutes here. Lisa Casey plays the ball in, but to no one and in particular, and it drifts over to the left and wide. She already has a goal and a point scored today. Lisa Casey has been one of Sligo's better performers.
Yeah, she's done very well in there, yeah.
Good ball out there by the Sligo goalie Caroline Kennedy. Only made her debut against Roscommon there not too long ago. She's had plenty to think about today from the Sligo attack. Really good tackle there by Roisin Malloy to get the ball out. Malloy, she has 2 down women for company. She has options, and in the end she decides to go to Maeve Castley, but she's not able to get her hands on that ball. Again, it's a bit like a rugby ball there occasionally when it goes on the ground. The wind can take it pretty much anywhere. And now the number 5, Orla Duffy, one of the girls from the Breda club who are senior and junior county champions in down. And Viv McCormick just took a bit of a tumble there. If you can cast your eyes back to that first half, she just toe poked that ball into the back of the net to give down an ideal start, but they have a lot to do yet here. Aisling Cull just battling for that one, and there was an infringement, so it's going to be a free over here on the left hand side. Remains to be seen who's going to take it. I doubt Megan Doherty is going to take it on from that distance. And the end it's played back to Orna Kelly. Kelly to Alice McLee, who does like to get forward. Spilled by Megan Doherty, but she's not under any particular pressure. 14 players inside the Sligo half. As the wind really starting to intensify here, as you can probably hear. Over to Orna Kelly again. Kelly been tackled by Claire Dunn, the Sligo vice captain. Picked up by Orla Swale. She has pace to burn. Plays it over to McCormick. McKay has it back again. Dangerous ball dropped in there, but Leona gone. A very safe pair of hands there, and eventually wins the free out. Sligo going in search of that decisive score.
Yeah, you could definitely tell down we're trying to be more composed on that, but just ball dropped short into the goalie's hands.
Katie Welsh on the ball again, coming out to midfield, trying to win a bit of ball there. Sligo just been slowed up around the middle here by that hard working down defence. Roisin Malloy and tackled by Alice McLee there. Aoife Morris-Rowe. Neat little ball there over to Maeve Castley. Castley cuts inside. Good little interplay there. Lisa Casey bursts through a couple of bodies, tries to get the shot away, but it's not on, and she gets smothered up, and very well won yet again there by Lisa Casey. She's been a real star performer for Sligo today.
Very much so, yeah, and I know I mentioned Maeve earlier, but Maeve Castley's just been a great outlet there out here on the wing closest to us. She's an option every time. Many players getting bottled up, and that's happened a couple of times where there's been lovely little interplay of hand passing, and Sligo have won a free out of it. Really good play.
It's to level the game now. If Castley, the substitute, is standing over that. In the meantime, there appears to be a player just down injured there now, as we're approaching the final couple of minutes of play. Certainly neither team has spared themselves out there today.
Oh, definitely not. 100% effort from every single player that's been on that pitch.
That's Lisa Casey that's down there, just in the process of, and she's going to have to leave the field. Well, certainly a wounded warrior, if ever there was.
Absolutely, yeah. Hopefully nothing too serious, but she's certainly put in a very good shift here today for her team.
Down around the counter attack again, but it's one back there by Claire Dunn. And coming forward here is Aoife Morris Rowe, an attacking minded cornerback. And it's with Jade Lyons. But one back there by Orna Kelly. And down. Once again, possession just changing so often today. It's hard to keep track of. Sligo just trying to stop down from counter attacking. And it's one back there yet again. Katie Welch has it. She has pace, she has power. Reminds me of Vicky Wall playing for Meath. Katie Welch, she has an option, and it's the number 17, Lisa Powell. Lisa has players to her left and right, but probably didn't take the right option there. Players calling for, just a couple of supporters there calling for free. It's a free out to Downwell. What do you think there, Claire? We're Sligo a bit hardly done by?
Yeah, but and maybe Lisa Powell, just maybe if she'd backed herself, it could have gone over the bar, but there's always, I suppose, that moment of doubt. Maybe a little bit harsh, could have been a free, all right.
Viv McCormick has the ball now. Scored that earlier goal. Orla Swale here now. Orla Swale has loads of pace bearing on the goal. She makes an angle for herself. Swale with the shot, but straight into the hands of Leonie Gahan. Well, she did everything right, but hit the shot straight at Leonie Gahan, and Sligo look to break here again. And it's with Sarah Reynolds. The captain of the Sligo team has done so well here today. Tricky ball to win there for Maeve Castley, and in the end it breaks down. It's going to be a line ball to Sligo, and they really have to go for the juggler here.
They definitely do. It's almost hard to tell kind of who's the point up here, because it's just end to end, but Sligo could do with securing this from sideline ball now and getting something from it.
Just a few minutes left to play here now. Both teams just bringing on their respective subs. And we're underway here again in IT Sligo. Both teams don't essentially need a win, but would almost guarantee passage to the knockout stages of Division 3 with a win here today. And it's with Maeve Casterly. Casterly to Claire Dunn, the vice captain. Playing a wing back, still only a student, Claire Dunn. Studies athletic therapy up in DCU. Katie Welch winning that ball back very well. They have a lot of bodies to get through here. Casterly, who's gotten on so much ball since she came on. Back to Welch. Gets the shot away, but was there a foot block? Well, we don't know. Apologies for the language you might have heard there. But it's going to be, looks like there's going to be a card here, but she certainly put a lot of power into that.
Yeah, it's a tough call for that ref now, but definitely will probably take discussion with his linesmen and umpires maybe.
Yeah, certainly if they do get the free, it'll be from a very good position.
So it will definitely be a good position, yeah.
Katie Welch, the woman from the scored 1-7 here the last day. It's already scored 1-1 today. She's been coming, of course, plays her club football with Tour Strand. She was coming out a lot around the middle of the field to win the ball there earlier on, but she'd certainly be a huge blow if Sligo were to lose her for the final couple of minutes. That's Maeve Castley in the meantime that's going to step up and take the free. She's had a big impact so far. This will certainly prove decisive if she's able to put this over the bar. A few minutes. Welch just getting back on her feet there. And she's going to actually take the free. Well, wouldn't this be some finish? Katie Welch to try and level the game. The woman from Turlestran. It's been a big threat for Sligo for not just this season but for the past couple of years. Scored a wonder goal in the last day here against Louth. And now a chance to bring them back, and it's Katie Welch hitting her second point of the afternoon from a free. That's still all to play for.
Yeah, and as close as it was to the goals, that was still a tricky shot. She did very well with that.
And the flag was never raised there, it appears. Well, it looked to me like that went straight between the posts.
Did look over all right, yeah.
Well, it certainly appears to be.
No Hawkeye available, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately, yeah. We've fine facilities here in IT Sligo, but Hawkeye is not one of them. And what's the verdict going to be here? He's going to raise the flag, and that's it. We are level here in IT Sligo. Exactly as we suspected, it is going to go right down to the final second.
Oh yeah, and like you said, no team necessarily needs to win, but on a day like today when they've both given such good accounts themselves, neither team want to lose either.
No sooner the ball is won back, while possession changes hands yet again. It's been pretty much the story of the day here in the wild and windy west of Ireland. Well, the Wild Atlantic Way has certainly lived up to its name today, but the women from the Morn are certainly well able for it, and they're on the counter-attack here again over on the right hand side. Picked up by Megan Doherty, the down captain. She has to turn around. Been tackled hard there by the tough Sligo fullback or centre back Aisling Egan. Oh, very well done there by Ellie McDermott, the Sligo cornerback. She's been rock solid here today, and it goes to Sarah Reynolds. But it looks like the referee's going to call this one back. He's going to throw it up. No, it's going to be a free into down. Aisling Culls standing over this one. Certainly well into injury time here now. Has she got the accuracy? She's right around the middle, just near the 45. And it just drifts to the right and wide. Well, that was a big opportunity that just went to begging there.
Yeah, certainly.
And Sligo, they can get the ball back up the field. They'll be pretty much a player piece out there, but it falls to Megan McCormack. The crowd roaring on the Sligo women here. But the ball just way overcooked. Maeve Castley desperately trying to get to that one, but it's just going to drift over to the right and wide. So hard to judge those kick passes on a day like today. But it looked like a very good move was on there.
Yeah, right idea, but just the delivery on a day like today wasn't right, but good idea and really well worked winning of the kick out there between Katie Walsh and Megan McCormack.
Down around the counter-attack yet again. A hefty challenge there on Orla Duffy, but she's back up again. Plays it over to Aisling Cull. Missed the free there earlier. Cull, good ball over the top there. Has to be stopped by Ellie McDermott. Down bearing down in goal. And why she fouled inside the square? That's the big question. Looks like she was fouled just outside, but it's going to be a free to down. And you can imagine whoever's going to take this is going to hit it straight between the posts. Most likely it'll be Megan Doherty from the Bryansford club. Has been probably their best players, or Sarah Doherty, I beg your pardon, who's been their best player so far today. Megan Doherty to put down ahead. You could hear a pin dropped here in IT Sligo. And as expected, Megan Doherty puts it over the bar. And that could be crucial.
Yeah, definitely there can't be long left here. There we go.
And there it is. Well, it is finished here. And what a rip-roaring game we had there, Claire. It was hard to take your eyes off it.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. It was hard to keep up with the score and what was happening, even just, and all we had to do was stand and watch. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Fantastic effort from both teams, and like a really good day at the office for both.
Yeah, a couple of fantastic performances there, but I'd pick out Lisa Casey, Sarah Reynolds, Aisling Egan for Sligo, and Maeve Castley had a big impact when she came on there.
Yeah, I thought she just gave a really good option here out. She stayed very wide. She didn't kind of tend to drift towards the goals, which can often happen. She was always an option here if there was any kind of bottling up around the middle. I thought she offered a great outlet to Sligo moving forward in the second half.
Yeah, and obviously down we saw in the second half there when they were able to get the ball into the likes of Sarah Doherty and Orlis, well, they really did a lot of damage.
Yeah, and Orlis, well, like we said, she was more dangerous in that second half. Like, it's a scary prospect to have her running at you. She's a lot of speed. She knows where the goals are. The Sligo goalie, I thought, did very, very well. Like, very, very difficult conditions to play in as a goalie, and she made some really, really good saves.
And just looking out at Sligo there, they appear a bit despondent, appear a bit down, but you'd have to say all in all they have a point from 2 games, but they gave a very good account of themselves. And will they be positive, do you think, heading into Roscommon?
Oh, I think so. I mean, like I said, that game could have gone either way. I think they should be very happy with that performance. And moving forward, they'll have learned a lot from today. Conditions will hopefully improve as we go, and they've showed that they can really play a very good standard of football.
Yeah, so it has finished here in IT Sligo, a 6-goal thriller here between the women from the Mourne County of Down and the women from the Yates County of Sligo. Listen, from everyone here, I just want to thank you all for tuning in here today. I've been Ushma McGovern, and thanks a million for Claire Owens here, the Leitrim women's captain, for making me sound like I know what I'm on about. But anyway, it's been a pleasure bringing you the coverage here of the Lidl Ladies League Division 3A here between Sligo and Down. So do feel free to tune in again next time. Garmila Maha give Blair.